Hey, it's Patrick Cuneta. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, we're going to be going over 5 tips and tricks for Grubhub drivers. Myself, I have been driving Grubhub for like 5 or 6 months now. For quite a while, I was doing it 40 hours a week at least. For the majority of the time I've been driving, probably like between 20 and 30 hours a week. So I've driven quite a bit. And before that, I've driven Uber Eats for over a year. I've done over 1,000 trips on there. So I have quite a bit of experience. So in this video, I'm just going to share with you guys a few tips and tricks that have really helped me in my experience driving. Hopefully these tips and tricks can help you guys out to make things go a little bit smoother for you and, maximize your tips and, give you the best experience possible driving with Grubhub. I definitely believe it's a really great opportunity to make money, especially for those people who are, working towards maybe another goal with their life, maybe working on a business, working towards a certain career, because it gives you so much flexibility and freedom, to create a schedule that works the best for you. So it's a great opportunity. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the tips. Tip number 1 is definitely going to be to take advantage of the block system. If you're not familiar with this already, basically that's the scheduling system for Grubhub. You can go online whenever you want to, but you can also make a schedule. And when you do make use of that block system and, make your own schedule, then you get first priority to the best orders, basically during that time. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. And in order to get first priority to these, blocks and to these schedules, you're going to have to perform well, basically. You have to, have a high acceptance rate and 100% attendance, and you have to I think it's under 10% dropping your blocks, right? So you have to basically have good stats with Grubhub. And as long as you can maintain these high stats, you get first access every week to the new schedules. For me, it's like Thursdays at 10 a.m. the new schedule comes out, and I can hop on the app and make my own schedule for the next week. It's basically week to week. So if you can take advantage of that block system, first of all, you get a guaranteed hourly rate. So even if you get no orders, you still get paid for sure. And you get first priority, you get first access to basically all the high paying orders as well. So it's just better opportunities. It definitely helps you to maximize that. And it also can help you just staying accountable and going out there and driving, because you can make it the actual schedule for yourself. You can, schedule yourself to drive 40 hours a week, and then you have to basically stick to that schedule the next week. But, if you want to take 2 weeks off, you just don't have to schedule it. It's just week to week. So it's definitely a really cool system that a lot of other driving platforms don't have, like Uber Eats and DoorDash. It's not exactly the same. So it's a really cool system. So if you can take advantage of the block system, it definitely can maximize your earnings a lot. Tip number 2 is to make sure you have all your essentials with you, of course. Every time I drive, make sure you got water. I bring coffee with me as well, depending if you drink coffee, tea, whatever. Just have a nice little, set of essentials with you, of course. Things to drink like water. Also some snacks as well will help. Maybe some granola bars or, whatever the heck you like. These are definitely going to help just make things go by easier. You're not going to be starving, like driving around, smelling everyone's food. Make sure you eat beforehand as well, of course. That's definitely going to help. And, some other essentials is, of course, to make sure your phone's charged up all the way. Having a nice charger as well can help a lot, especially like the rapid charging ones. Those are super useful. A good phone mount to mount it up for using the GPS and things like that. Really just think about all the basic necessities that you need when you're out and about. Of course, you just got to use the bathroom and stuff in the restaurants, in a lot of hotels, some apartment complexes there's restrooms as well. But just making sure you have those essentials every day is definitely going to help. Tip number 3 is actually talking about the best way to carry the food and also to store the food in the car while you're driving. So what I do is, you have the 2 Grubhub bags, a big one and a small one. What I do is I, get the food, of course, put it all in the bag, and then I put the handle kind of on my elbow here, and then I carry any drinks with my hand. And that way I can put everything in one arm. So, in my elbow here is all the food, and then, carrying one drink or a drink carrier in my other hand, which leaves my right hand completely free to open doors. I have my car keys in my right pocket all the time, so I can just open the car and, get everything in that way. Much easier. You kind of get it down, you get into the flow of things, get your own little routine going. But that's what works best for me. And then when I get to the car, I actually store my food in the back seat right behind me. My big bag fits, perfectly right on the floor right here, or my small bag, I actually put it in the back seat on the seat, and I use the seat belt to kind of latch it in there. And, that way, if I'm driving or if anything crazy happens, then nothing's going to fly around at all. Everything's secure back there. The same thing with the big bag on the floor. Like I said, it kind of fits perfectly right in there. So nothing ever spills, nothing ever goes wrong. With drinks, it depends on, of course, what kind of cup holder situation you got and what kind of car you're driving and all that kind of stuff. But, if you don't have many cup holders like me, I only have 2 cup holders in the front here. If I have one drink, obviously I'll put it up front. I have my coffee up here too and stuff. If I have 2 drinks with a drink carrier, I actually will put it in the back seat and strap it in with the bag with the seat belt, and that works really well as well. If I'm dealing with like 3 or more drinks, I'll put them up in the front seat here so I can keep a hand on them. But like I said, it depends on your exact situation, but getting that, routine down and getting that strategy down can make things a lot more faster and easier for you. I just hop out, open the back door, grab everything, deliver it, or, pack it in the car, and that works really, really nice and easy for me. So like I said, you got to figure out your exact situation with your own car, but, once you get that down, it'll make things a lot smoother. Tip number 4 is to make good use of your time. Because if you think about it, you have so much freedom with the Grubhub system. All that really matters is that you pick up the food on time, drop it off on time, do it efficiently, make sure you have all the items in the order, and make sure everything goes smooth. And that's pretty much it. And as long as you maintain those, standards, then aside from that, you can do pretty much whatever you want. So if you want to, driving around, you can just listen to music, which is always great. But at the same time, if you think about it, there's a lot you can do to manage your time a lot, better than just music every single day. And don't get me wrong, I listen to music all the time. Sometimes you're just in that mood for just playing music. But, there's a lot of other things as well that you can get done while you're driving around. Like one thing that I do, I listen to audiobooks a lot when I'm driving around. It's a great time for me to just drive around, and I can just pay attention to the book and I can read and get so much information. I've read so many books during just driving deliveries with Grubhub and Uber Eats. Like I've read dozens of books, and I've learned so many really interesting things that I'm just interested in just from driving around. So, as well as, not aside from that, just from driving, there's also when you're waiting for the order, if you're really early, for example, or if you're just sitting there in the restaurant waiting, figure out something you can do on your phone. Maybe get some work done, if you're working on any kind of business or anything like that, or if you have homework or, whatever it is, just, make the best use of your time, so you're not just driving around all day and that's it, and you're just listening to music or just sitting in the car listening to the radio or whatever. So, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, obviously you got to be using your GPS and stuff at the same time, but yeah, just make the best use of your time, and you can actually get a lot of other things done while you're driving, while you're making money. And the last tip is, kind of a manners thing, just something to really maximize your tips and to also just, improve your experience overall. And that's just to be polite, to be patient, and just be a nice person while you're out there delivering. When you get to the restaurant, be patient with the people. Of course, some restaurants are going to take forever. Sometimes you're going to be an hour late with 2 huge orders, and it's going to be frustrating. But, as long as you're, polite and understanding, and, you just don't get too upset about little things that go wrong, because it doesn't really matter that much. As long as you have a positive outlook on everything, then everything's going to flow so much smoother for you. You're not going to get all frustrated and upset about little things. Just kind of let things go, and first of all, the employees at the restaurants are going to be much more cooperative with you. You might get some free food from time to time. That happens a lot with me. And, also when you're delivering to the customer, just be polite. If you have an apartment or a hotel, then park and go up to their door. Don't just call them and tell them to come down. If you make that extra effort, and just be polite, just ask them how their day's going, use their name, because there's a psychological, study that shows that if you use someone's name, they have a stronger connection with you. So even that short connection, you have a few seconds when you're delivering that food, and, that's your chance to maximize on your tips, because you can get tips after the fact sometimes. You can get tips beforehand, or, obviously cash during there as well. But, just being polite overall and being positive is definitely going to make the whole experience much smoother for you. So yeah, guys, those are my 5 tips and tricks for Grubhub drivers. Hope they can help you out. Definitely, those are some things that have helped me in my experience, help things go much smoother and much easier. So Hopefully, like I said, these can help you guys out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to check out the description down there. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. Got plenty more coming soon. Your mind is much more powerful than you think. If you're interested in more Grubhub driver or Uber Eats videos, DoorDash, things like that, I'll put the playlist in the description. Have a great day, guys. Peace.